You are in the final 8, but you've got some work to do.
We do. My team is confident. We are calling, we're meeting colleagues. We had 2 hustings last night, another one after I leave the studio before the voting begins properly at 1:30. I have got the track record for delivery. I delivered the vaccine programme. I focused the Department of Education on skills, schools, families. I've spoken to you about this here many times. If I'm Prime Minister, I will focus the government on delivery, delivery, delivery. We've got 2 years to deliver for people, to demonstrate that we are on their side. I have 5 pledges that I've made. I will cut taxes next year. I'll bring forward that basic rate cut down to 19%, reverse the corporation tax rise. That's really important. Of course, we know fuel bills are high, so I will pause VAT and the green levies for 2 years, while still keeping an eye on making sure we meet our net zero targets by 2050. You know we've got to invest more in defence. 2.5% of GDP by 2025 is what I want to deliver. And then, of course, we inherited a load of bureaucracy from Europe on our statute book. So I will ask businesses to lead a review of all the bureaucracy, see what we can actually get rid of. We've got a financial services bill that I am shortly, I hope, introducing, which will begin to demonstrate to not just the City of London, but financial services around the country. We've got 2.2 million people who work in financial services, that we are going to make the most of Brexit and the opportunities of Brexit on that. And the final one, of course, police are focused on fighting crime, violent crime and cybercrime. Fraud is a big thing. But what I call the pipeline into the courts is really blocked up, clogged, and I want to unblock that by investing in our court system and, of course, paying criminal barristers properly. Those are my 5 pledges, and if my colleagues vote for me today and I'm Prime Minister, I will have a relentless focus on delivery, delivery,
OK,
delivery.
pitch over. The Governor of the Bank of England said, what on earth are you up to promising tax cuts outside of a budget?
Well, look, I'm a candidate in this election. I was talked about tax cuts if I'm Prime Minister, talking about bringing them forward to next year, when I know, because the Governor's focused on this, because he and I speak, that he wants to see interest rates going up temporarily, because we want to abate inflation. The way we do that is by being fiscally responsible now, today, in the next few days. I'll be saying more on public sector pay. We've had the pay review body's recommendations back. We all have to come together, because inflation is the one that can really hurt those people that we are trying to protect. And so my pledges are fully costed. I will publish them. I've had 72 hours in this campaign, but I think it's the right thing to do, to set up my stall, that I will demonstrate where I find the headroom to be able to deliver this next year. The Governor will also agree that he wants to see inflation abate, and he sees interest rates being high temporarily. So we're both on the same page on this. You, Labour, sat there just a second ago saying, what a load of nonsense you're talking when you're saying that there's that much flab in government departments, 20%. And I told him that you had costed 20% when you were Education Secretary. He said, you're not spending as much money on kids now as we did 10 years ago. They would say that, wouldn't they, Labour? They have no plan. I, like all other departments, was tasked by the Prime Minister, by the then Chancellor, to look at my headcount in education. It was, a tough ask. We took 2 weeks to go literally line by line. We have 8,400 people in the department. They want us to get close to 20% reduction in headcount. We've delivered our submission to now the new Chancellor and the current Prime Minister. And if we manage to do that across government, that will help with inflation. When I talk to my team at the Treasury, when I describe to them, because I was on the other side of that negotiation as Secretary of State for Education, they said, of course it will help, because when you reduce the headcount in government, you reduce the cost of government. The biggest cost in government is wages, is salaries, right? When you reduce that help, and of course, as we see inflation abate, the other thing that will happen is the debt interest payments should also come down. They're higher than they're projected to be higher at the moment. Okay. So they're going to hit 83 billion. This is the debt that we pay. It's almost the budget of the Department of Education, right? It was only 20 billion last year. Rishi's right on that. But if we do the job properly... Why is he doing so much better than you? Well, he is a great candidate. I am proud to call him a friend and a fellow traveller on this journey. Look at the list
handing out
of
votes like sweeties, apparently. What's all that about?
Look at the people who are standing. 4 women, 4 men, ethnically diverse, full of talent. Labour would give their right arm for this quality of talent on the Conservative benches. And I'm very proud of that. And my colleagues will make a decision. What my pitch to them is I am the man who delivers. The next 2 years will be all about delivery. Our constituents will judge us by what we deliver, whether it is vaccines in the past, education. I'm building 50 schools a year. We'll build 100 in the next 2 years. If those 100 constituencies can see those schools built, modern methods of construction, on time, on budget, then that is how we level up.
Liz
Kay,
Truss
you will know
Liz
this.
Truss,
You know
let me
this because
just
you come from Wigan, right?
Yeah,
You'll know this, right? The greatest investment we can make in the global race for prosperity, the nation that invests in skills, that develops young people into healthy, well-rounded adults that are highly skilled, wins that race. My ambition is to deliver that all over the country. Look at what I did on the Levelling Up white paper in terms of ambitions for primary school kids, 90% to get maths and English, whereas it's about 65% currently, hit by the pandemic as well. We have to focus on investing in skills the way we invest in infrastructure. That's what I will do. That is my pledge to my colleagues, but also to the nation.
OK. You've had 3 Weetabix this morning, haven't you? Talk to me about why people are so voting for Rishi Sunak, though. What is it, his appeal? And why then Penny Mordaunt, apparently, so we're told, and Liz Truss? And then there's several of you down towards the bottom.
Well, colleagues will be making their mind up. I think the colleagues I speak to last night, the hustings I attended, I had some great feedback from both hustings. We've got another hustings to come. And colleagues decide who they want to back. There's a lot of undeclared colleagues remain. Yes, Rishi is out in the lead, no doubt. He's a very talented man. He would make a great Prime Minister, of course.
Why should they vote for him, you rather than him?
But I think I can deliver. I am the man who has a track record of operational competence. What the nation wants to see from a Conservative Prime Minister is that we are operationally competent. We can deliver for people to change their lives. The difference I think the next 2 years will make is who can focus on delivery. And I have the track record for delivering in vaccine, and I hope I've demonstrated in education I can do the same. Focus the department, skills, schools, families, and deliver that. And that is my pledge to my colleagues and the nation.
Our body language expert said you've got the power thumb as well. You do this all the time. Were you aware that you did that? What happened with Sajid Javid?
I haven't spoken to him yet. He
Politics is bruising.
It is bruising. Listen, this is a difficult time for those who got knocked out and those who decided, obviously, to not stand as well. They are brilliant colleagues. Sajid Javid has got a lot to offer the country and, of course, the Conservative Party, and I'm sure he will return. He's a huge talent. Again, a son of a bus driver who became Chancellor of the Exchequer, Health Secretary. What a reflection on our great party and our great country. This is the greatest country on earth, Kate. To take an immigrant boy from Iraq who couldn't speak a word of English and make him Chancellor of the Exchequer and Member of Parliament for Shakespeare, the heart of England. There is no greater country on earth.
Good to talk to you.
Great to talk to you.
Let's see how you get on. 5 o'clock this afternoon we should know, shouldn't we, whether you've made it through to the next round or not. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.